Noah Lyles, the fastest man in the world, just got married to Junelle Bromfield, but the most shocking part isn't who he married. It's how their relationship started 7 years ago with a direct message, survived long distance across 2 countries, and just culminated in a wedding so beautiful, it's breaking the internet. And here's what makes Noah and Junelle's story different from every other athlete romance. Both of them are still at the absolute peak of their careers. Let me break down how they made it work. Noah Lyles isn't just any sprinter. He's the reigning Olympic champion in the men's 100 meters, the event that determines the fastest human on Earth. At the Paris Olympics in 2024, he won gold by just 5 thousandths of a second in one of the closest finishes in Olympic history. The man literally won by the width of a shoelace in a race that lasted under 10 seconds. Junelle Bromfield, his now wife, is no slouch either. She's an Olympic bronze medalist from Jamaica who earned her medal in the 4x400-meter relay at the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. Both of these athletes compete at the highest level of international track and field, representing different countries but sharing the same passion for excellence. But their love story didn't start at a track meet or through their athletic careers. It started the way most modern relationships do, with a direct message on social media. Back in 2018, Junelle decided to slide into Noah's DMs. It was spontaneous, it was bold, and it changed both of their lives forever. Noah described their journey to Vogue magazine as a very long 7-year story of us eventually meeting, falling in love, being able to be with each other, not being able to be with each other, and then finally getting into a relationship where we have always stayed together and now have gotten married. Think about that for a second. 7 years from a DM to walking down the aisle. 7 years of long distance, different training schedules, competing for different countries, and all the challenges that come with being elite athletes. Most relationships don't survive that kind of pressure, but theirs did. They made their relationship Instagram official in December of 2022, announced their engagement in October of 2024, and just tied the knot on April 4th, 2026 at the conservatory at Blackberry Ridge in Trenton, Georgia. Now let's talk about this wedding, because it was absolutely spectacular. The theme was called All Shades of Melanin, and it was exactly what it sounds like. This wasn't just a wedding, it was a celebration of Black culture, love, and unity that brought together 2 different countries and backgrounds into one beautiful ceremony. Junelle wore a stunning ball gown by Pantora Bridal, a company owned by a Jamaican designer. The dress featured intricate lace details, jeweled embellishments, and an asymmetrical strap design that gave her a clean, regal look as she walked down the aisle. Actually, let me correct that. She didn't walk down the aisle. According to Junelle herself, "I heard I didn't walk down the aisle. I heard that I ran." Even on her wedding day, the Olympic sprinter couldn't help but move fast. Her Hollywood wave hairstyle was perfectly styled under a lace-trimmed veil that framed her face beautifully, and her makeup was soft and polished, letting her glowing skin take center stage. Noah looked equally impressive in a deep chocolate suit designed by Musica, a brand he's collaborated with for years. His groomsmen also wore Musica suits, each in a different shade of brown to match the melanin theme. But here's a detail that shows you exactly who Noah Lyles is as a person. He had each groomsman's suit lined with their favorite anime character. He wanted it personalized enough that they'd actually want to wear the suits again. The bridesmaids wore custom sparkling dresses from the same Jamaican designer who made Junelle's gown, each in a different shade of brown. The entire wedding party looked like they stepped out of a magazine, with every detail carefully planned to celebrate the beautiful spectrum of melanin. But the real magic happened during the ceremony itself. Noah admitted he knew he was going to cry, he just didn't know when. The moment came when Junelle began reading her vows, which were titled, "The Husband Sent by God." When Junelle read the title of her vows, I was like, "Oh yep, this is the part. This is when I cry," Noah explained to Vogue. Her hands shook so much that she couldn't hold the vow book, so I ended up holding it for her. But I was also crying, so I couldn't wipe away my own tears. It was a super magical moment. Picture this scene. The fastest man in the world, who has nerves of steel when he's about to race for Olympic gold in front of billions of people, completely breaking down in tears as his bride reads her vows. Her hands are shaking so much she can't hold the book, so he's holding it for her while tears stream down his face. That's real love right there. The ceremony was described by Junelle as definitely a ceremony of unity. She said, "It was just amazing to see the different cultures mesh into one. Everybody was having fun, interacting, and filled with love." This was more than just two people getting married. This was American and Jamaican cultures coming together, track and field communities from different countries celebrating together, and families from different backgrounds uniting. The reception was just as spectacular as the ceremony. Noah gave a speech that led to a major surprise for his new wife. He had arranged for gospel singer Tasha Cobbs Leonard to perform Junelle's favorite song. Imagine being surprised by your favorite artist performing at your own wedding reception. That's the kind of thoughtful gesture that shows how much Noah pays attention to what makes Junelle happy. The dance floor stayed packed all night, with guests from both American and Jamaican backgrounds dancing together until the very end. Junelle noted, "Usually when it's late and the music starts at the wedding, the older people leave. They all stayed the whole night. No matter what music was playing, both Americans and Jamaicans were on the dance floor and they were just having a blast." The couple performed several choreographed dances with their wedding party, though Noah admitted the only time his heart raced all day was during their first dance, mainly because Junelle's dress was so big it made their practice routine a challenge. There were so many personal touches that made this wedding special. Junelle's preparations included a robe adorned with butterflies to symbolize new beginnings. The wedding planner surprised her by attaching a photo of her late mother, who passed away in 2021, to her bouquet. Noah surprised Junelle with a letter and a rare lovebird Pokemon card, representing their deep emotional bond. The stage was beautifully decorated with flowers by Akeem Clayton Designs, and there was even a special spot reserved for loved ones who couldn't be present. Noah's groomsmen chanted Oba with deep woos, as if they were preparing for battle, bringing that competitive athletic energy even to the wedding preparations. But what makes this story even more incredible is the timing. Both Noah and Junelle are at the peak of their athletic careers. Noah just won Olympic gold and claimed the title of fastest man in the world. Junelle is preparing for future competitions and continuing to represent Jamaica on the international stage. They could have easily said they're too busy, too focused on training, too committed to their individual careers. Instead, they chose love. They chose to build something together while still pursuing their individual dreams. That's not easy when you're competing for different countries and traveling the world for competitions, but they've made it work. This wedding represents something bigger than just two athletes getting married. It shows that love can bridge any gap, whether that's geography, nationality, or the intense pressure of being elite athletes. It shows that you can honor your heritage and culture while building something new with someone from a different background.